Howdy everyone on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to my video review again. This is a video review of the Gerber Tempo LED flashlight, and that's this one that you see right here. So as you can see, I have it laid out for a size comparison against some of my other smallest lights. For size comparison, there you have it. It's one of my smaller lights in a lot of ways, and it's a very nice light overall. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so it's a single AAA battery powered LED flashlight. It uses a Nichia CS LED emitter and emits about 8 lumens of light in a very floody, wide open beam pattern. It's a twist on, twist off cap type of light. There we go. Here. There you go. Dim the lights a little bit. There you go. Twist on, twist off. And it's got a very nice feeling switch cap with some very clean, smooth threads and a nice tight O-ring gasket at the end. So here's the view inside the switch cap. It's simply a spring that's soldered onto a little circuit board, and it makes contact with the body tube of the light. So it will run off both nickel metal hydride rechargeables and alkalines, as well as high capacity lithium ions. So let's see, let's take a look inside the bore of the flashlight, inside the bore of the body. There you go. Okay, there you go. So you can see the base of the light engine, the positive terminal contact. Very nice. There's actually a spring up there, and so your battery doesn't jostle around or shake around inside there. It maintains constant electrical contact as the light is shaken or dropped or that kind of thing. So it's pretty nice in that regard. So the switch itself feels really positive. It's got a really nice engaging switch. When you turn the switch on, it immediately comes on, like so. In fact, I can just turn it just a hair there to get it to turn off. Just a degree of 2 or 3 degrees of rotation turns this on and off, compared to some other way more expensive twist caps on tactical lights and things that have a much more spongy kind of a feel. This light does not have that sponginess at all to its switch. It's very firm and engaging on-off rotation. Okay, so there's the front of the light. As you can see, the LED emitter is completely exposed. There's no glass window or anything to protect the LED. So as you use this light, you're going to want to be careful with it, not to bump it around, and make sure you don't dislodge that LED. The flashlight comes, just as you see it here, without this lanyard. This lanyard is one from my daughter's Mini-Mag Solitaire. So let me pull back a little bit and show you how I like to hold on to the light and explain that a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the lanyard strapped around my ring finger, and this is how I like to hold it. I can just simply flip it back and forth and use my hands completely to pick up objects, and it's very convenient, very easy to use because it's so small. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Okay, I can simply flip it around and point it at whatever I want to look at, and again continue to pick up objects around me, no big deal. And because it's so small, I can easily just flip it back and forth from hold to hold. Again, completely easy to use. So, in fact, I can probably hold on to the Gerber Tempo while I use my Innova X1. Okay, so really, really cool. So it's a nice light overall. Very nice, very simple, very easy to use. And there you have it. Let's go over to the white wall and do some beam shot reviews. And there's the light from the Gerber Tempo. And the Tempo is about 2.5 feet from the wall. And there's the nice smooth beam. Very typical for open Nichia emitter flashlights to emit a nice smooth beam pattern like that. So for comparison's sake, let's show you, conversely, let's show you the Mini-Mag Solitaire. Okay, so there's the Mini-Mag, oops, at its tightest point. Of course, the Mini-Mag you can adjust from flood to throw, and let's put it somewhere in between. There you go. So there's the Mini Mag Solitaire, and pretty dim, and it fails completely by comparison. Okay, and let's show you the Innova X1 version 2. There you go. Okay, here's the Innova X1 version 2, which is slightly brighter and a slightly bigger hotspot. There you go. But again, same emitter from both of these flashlights. The Innova X1 is on the right, and they both use Nichia CS emitters. Okay, let's go outside and do some outdoor beam shots. So what you're looking at is a control shot out here in the dark, and I've set up some rocks and sticks and things on this little exercise bench here, and those rocks and sticks are about 5 feet away from me, 6 feet, and I back up to about 7 feet, and I can still see them, although my camera cannot pick up the ambient light because it simply is not sensitive enough. So I'm going to come in closer. Now I'm sitting on the bench, and this is more typical application for a light such as this. Again, it's only 8 lumens and close range, floody type of beam, although my camera doesn't really pick up the side flood very well. But it is there, and the side flood is actually much brighter than what you see on the screen there. Okay, so there you have that. Now I'm going to switch back and forth, I guess, or I'm going to switch over to my Innova X1 and just give you guys a quick comparison. Okay, so there's light from the Innova X1 version 2 that you saw earlier on my white wall beam shot. And again, there's the bench, and I can back away a little bit farther from the bench now because the Innova is slightly brighter, slightly more broad flood, much less, a slightly less intense hotspot, even though they're both Nichia CS emitters. And there you have it. There's the rocks and sticks. And go back to the Gerber Tempo. There's the Gerber Tempo. There's the Innova X1. Gerber Tempo. Innova X1 version 2. And one last time, there's the Gerber Tempo. Okay, so let's go back inside and wrap things up. Okay, so let's wrap things up. So, thanks for tuning into this video and sitting through thus far. I have to say a word about quality of this light. This is actually my second one of these. Again, the first one had a severely off-center LED emitter, and that particular light also had a really bad flickering problem, like a candle. It would flicker like a candle. And so I basically took it back to the REI store that I bought it from, and they exchanged it for a new one, and they hand-picked this one, making sure that the LED emitter is centered correctly, and it's good to go. I've had it for 3 weeks now or so, and been very happy with it. So thanks again for tuning in, and this has been a video web review of the Gerber Tempo flashlight.